Okay, so my name is Dr. Boitumelo Ramatsetse. I'm currently from the University of the Witwatersrand. I hold the position of a lecturer and a researcher in the Educational Information and Engineering Technology. So my field of expertise is engineering, specifically mechanical. So I specialize in design. So specifically in product design, where we use various techniques, your drawing tools, your computer-aided drafting to model products. So these products are then modeled into prototypes that later can actually be used as real-life products in the market. My first degree was mechanical engineering. Then I went on to study industrial engineering through my postgraduate. From then I find myself working in educational divisions where I actually lecture teachers who are actually responsible for teaching technical subjects in high school. Engineering, in simple terms, is all about using your imagination, being creative, coming up with ideas, concepts, and realizing those concepts into real-life products. And through the process of you developing actual drawings, dimensions, and actually modeling it with available materials to come up with a product that can be used in the market. Products can be anything. It can be products that are normally used in your households. It can be your TV, it can be your chair, it can be anything that you can use in your everyday life. It can be your car. So those are actually classified as complex products because they involve a lot of components and so on. So that means each individual component needs to be modeled differently, then later being assembled into one complete drawing. My research field, I currently specialize in reconfigurable manufacturing systems, so which is one of the principles that we normally use in the manufacturing environment to design products that are scalable, design products that can be customized. So that means a product can actually be scaled to a much bigger products in order to perform more functions. So using those principles, I designed what we call a reconfigurable vibrating screen, which is one of the machines which is used in the mining environment to separate mineral particles into sizes. So I use this principle so that actually small-scale miners can actually start smaller and scale up their production as they grow their business. I spent most of my primary school in a place called Siyabuswa in Mpumalanga. So that's where I actually did my primary school and then moved on to Pretoria North, where I did my high school in an Afrikaans school, war school. So I can say during my school days, I struggled mostly with languages. I did well with maths and science, but I had to find a balance somewhere. So I had to also balance the languages because they're also important in someone progressing. So I had to work hard, especially Afrikaans that I met in high school. I had to really work hard. My teachers really did assist me in the process. So I believe that anything is possible as long as you work hard in it, put your mind to it, then you can actually excel and actually be better than the people who actually started with that particular subject way back. So I fell in love with engineering when I started, when I was in grade 10, where I was exposed to exhibitions, exposed to seminars. So I can say, yeah, and then I joined Tshwane University of Technology to do my first degree in mechanical engineering. And then from there, I never stopped. I said I actually wanted to acquire more knowledge around this. Then I participated in a number of engineering programs as well in tertiary level. One of the projects I was involved in is called the Sasol Sai Baja competition. So it's an annual event that is normally run by the universities. So a lot of universities around South Africa, they compete. So I was fortunate that we actually came first place during 2011. So with the subject I teach, it involves a lot of hands-on drawings, and then later on translating those skills into computer-based drawings. And then later we can actually give them a project where they can actually develop a product using those skills and actualize the product and present it in front of the colleagues. A typical day for me will start around 7 o'clock in the morning, where I actually plan my day, look at my timetable, look at my emails, and then actually plan my classes for the day. So that includes scheduling my online classes and so on. And then also reserving time for my research activities during the day. So that will also include some of the meetings that are normally scheduled for the division. So that also needs to be planned and taken into account on a normal, typical day. For me, I love my work because it's practical. So the kind of subjects I teach is a practical module. So it's not those kind of theoretical subjects where you just read a book and then you write a test. But this one is actually challenges your thinking, your creativity. So that's what I like about it. So me getting up every morning, going to class, talking to the students and seeing that they actually understood what I actually presented to them, that actually gives me joy. And the fact that they can actually take these skills and use them in practice wherever they find themselves. I think for me, it's a bonus. Engineering is very interesting because it does not limit you. So you get to work with even other fields, such as people who are responsible for quality of the product itself, the measurement sides. People also in the finance, they're also part of the whole engineering team, because they actually bring in some of the costing behind the product so that we can actually know as engineers where to optimize in order to develop products that are efficient, that can actually be used in the market. Yeah, so from a young age, I've always liked to draw things. So drawing was always part of me. So now seeing that I can actually translate that drawing into a real life product, so that also made me want to do a career that relates to that. Then I find myself in mechanical engineering, which I was able to see how things are done through those seminars that I attended. So I think, yes, that's why I developed my passion for it. Then I managed to pursue that career. So while at the varsity as well, I think I did well in my subjects. So hence, a lot of lecturers asked me to assist them with some of the modules, like to assist the younger grades. So that's how I actually became a student assistant. Then later on, through that experience, then escalated to become a lecturer. I can't say I'm interested in cars. I'm interested in translating the knowledge into a real life product. So it doesn't matter which product it is. It can be a mining related product, it can be automotive, it can be any product. So as long as I translate that skill, so then I feel happy about it. Okay, so if you look at the whole value chain of product development, product creation, so each of these individuals get a set of skills from either a conventional university or a technical college and so on. So that means a fitter and a turner, they're actually trained to do the actual job using their hands. So if they are trained to draw, they're just trained to draw. That's all they are. They are draftsmen. But as an engineer, you get to learn all these skills so that by the time you are also at management level, you are actually able to manage the people. Because in real life, you can actually manage people if you don't know what they are doing. So hence you need to get all these skills so that you can actually be equipped as an engineer with a bit of management expertise as well into the whole picture. Yes, so my advice is especially to grade 11, grade 10s, is that just make sure you work very hard, because grade 11, that's what takes you into a career. So if you have a good grade 11 marks, then you can pursue any career that you want to. So just visit any university's websites. Through those websites, read more about what the program is all about and their expectations in terms of their marks. then you can actually work towards that, and so that we can able to study in the university. It's not all of us who are fortunate to have support structures in our households, but I think teachers also play a role, teachers at schools. There are also mentors that you can actually identify. If you see that you're interested in a career that a certain person in your community has pursued in that career, then spend more time with that person so that you can actually get more ideas on what you need to do and how you can develop yourself towards that. I think for me, you must not really limit yourself in terms of saying you don't have finance to do something. I think just work hard. Actually, your marks will actually speaks for you. So once you have marks that actually are high, you can actually apply for a lot of bursaries that are out there. So through those bursaries, actually companies will be interested in you because they see that you are actually putting a lot of hard work in what you do. Then you are most likely to be given that bursary. Then it could result in employment later on. You see a subject that is giving you trouble, so try to put your mind to it, practice more, especially mathematics and physics. It's those subjects where it needs you to practice, and every day, so you don't have to really wait for the instructions of the teacher in order to do something. So you just have to keep on practicing, get study guides, get help from people who have done it before. Then for me, it's possible. So it's just a matter of the hard work that you put. If we were given a task to create something or to illustrate something, I express myself better in a drawing than in a paragraph that is written. So that's why I'll say design, for me, it's what I go for. Yeah. For me, growing up, I'm actually a child of a teacher and a lecturer. So I can say financially I was well supported in terms of also schoolwork. I was well supported. My father was teaching at a technical college, so I think books were always available at home in order to look into what careers someone can pursue. So I think that also played a role in me actually being in love with mechanical engineering. So I think also being a teacher's child, I think there's a lot of pressure because you have to do well. You can't fail if you're a child of a teacher. You always have to find a way to get your marks at the top. So I think those are some of the challenges that I came across. But otherwise, I think the support structure was there for me to go all the way.